see how they handle the first round. A little bit of the pressure today. And Mohamed's been playing a long time, so I think pressure's probably nothing for him. But again, Copenhagen, very curious to see how he's playing in comparison to his brothers.
Yeah, Copenhagen's got big shoes to fill. His elder brothers, well, they've done it all really so far in the world of 9-ball. One thing's for certain, Eddie, he's got good practice partners.
That's true.
He's not struggling for good competition.
No, he's not at all.
So players will lag off. Closest to the top rail will break. Alternate break. Race to 9.
Looks like Kopin with the win of the lag. Who will break first?
Looks like a Formula 1 driver with all them logos scattered all over his shirt, doesn't it?
Yeah, he sure does. Think he can probably fit 1 or 2 in the back, maybe? I'm not sure.
Just 23 years of age, Kopin. The middle brother, Kopin Chung, 26 years of age. And the eldest, Kopin Yi, still only 33, still a baby really in the game.
Many more years to go.
Referee just checking, making sure he's give the player the perfect rack. 1 on the spot, 9 in the middle, and you're good to go.
Give it a second look just in case.
Now in the first matchup this morning we're seeing a different variety of breaks. I just like head-on break. And so he's playing a little cut break, and I think when you're playing the cut break with the 1 on the spot, it probably lends itself to a few more dry breaks. He was down quick, so can he see the pot?
Ooh.
I'm amazed how quick he got down there, because even if he could pot the 1 ball, look where the blue 2 sat. I mean, how are you going to get on that ball?
Yeah, no kidding. The shape on the 2 after that pocket would have been pretty difficult.
Yeah, there's no shot clock, so he didn't need to go crazy there.
Yeah, he rushed that one pretty quick. I actually thought he was going to try and kick out and play a safety with it and leave the cue, but wow. Threading the needle here on this one. It looks like he may have it, though.
Yeah, he's done well there, Eddie, hasn't he? What a fantastic positional shot he's played there.
I know it's only been 2 shots, but I'm convinced he's got
Already?
Already.
You're convinced already? It's a done deal.
It's a done deal. He's
a future world champ. There you go. After 2 shots.
After 2 shots.
Yeah, you can see the way he cues. It's maybe not as good as his older.
Maybe
what
I
about 3 shots?
Maybe
there?
I should have waited for the 3rd shot.
Commentator's curse. It always strikes.
Always happens.
That was actually the easier shot out of the opening 3 shots that he's played, so that's come as a little bit of a surprise.
Sure, Mohamed's relieved to be back at the table. Didn't think he was going to be.
Tough shot coming up though.
Oh, watch out. Got a little lucky with the leave there. I believe he snookered behind the 9.
Yeah, a little bit fortunate, but I have a little bit of a thing. I think when Kopin missed the 3 ball, I think from then on after what happens in this rack, you can't really begrudge anything that goes on because you've had such a good chance.
Exactly.
Nice kick shot there, sending the 3 up table.
Just a little bit too much, I believe. You know, maybe just a little first rack jitters here from both players.
Doesn't need to get crazy with this. Yeah, that's okay. Well, he didn't want the bump. He was trying to just send it up table.
Wow.
That little flick, I thought it was going to work out bad, but he's
Yeah.
fluked it in the side.
He's got a little smile on his face too. He did not see that coming. I don't think anybody did.
Yeah, 5 or 6 shots in, and we've had some drama already.
Play to safety. Okay.
Sensible shot. Many a player would have attacked the table there, but I kind of like what he's done there. He's probably thought, well, I've had many shots, so why would I risk going with a real tough opener?
Yeah, definitely cautious, especially the way things are going in the first rack. I don't blame him. Wait till a little bit better spot. Oh. I think we'll be seeing another safety here.
Is he playing the carrom, trying to pop the 5 in the side?
It might be. He sure is. You called it. A little bottom right.
I tell you, he slightly reminds me of when he's playing a little bit like Carlo Biardo. That similar type of stroke and the way his bridge hand is on the table is very similar.
I'll tell you, I'm impressed with the speed. I mean, he's chalking now, taking 5 more seconds than he did last time, but he is really getting to the table and just shooting away. Just as I said that.
You're cursing these players already.
Okay.
Well, we've seen plenty of shots, and it's still 0-0. Even though there's plenty of pool and life left in this match, you just get the feeling that whoever wins this first rack is going to be absolutely delighted and relieved. That's pretty good. Maybe seeing a jump shot. Can kick it off the side rail, no problem, but
Yeah, he's kicking at it. Well, look at that.
well, that will work indeed.
Left himself down table, but if he pockets a 6, he should have nice shape for the 8-9.
Cue ball needs to slow up a bit. That should be okay. May have to play a draw shot, or maybe he can just bump into the 9. Yeah, he could draw it. That's okay. And then after a few mistakes from both players,
Yeah.
the opening rack is going to go to Mohamed Bewi from Indonesia.
May have taken a few more shots than we anticipated, but we got there. 1-0 Mohammed.
Yeah, I think the big thing is he showed a little bit of patience in time, didn't he? Could have gone for something a little bit more, but he decided to hold back a bit. And I know we're just 1 rack in, but I think that's a good sign. I think if he took that mindset for the rest of the match, I think that's going to stand him in good stead.
Yeah, it surprised me with that 4 ball to play safe instead of being aggressive, but it looked like it worked out for him in the end.
You see the referee just placing the balls. That's a template. If you've never seen one of them before on a pool table, that is to make sure all the balls are touching so everyone gets a fair rack. That's what he's doing now, just making sure. Gives him a good look. Then we're good to go. Well, I'll tell you what, if I was a coach and I was sat out there, I'd be telling them to just break down the middle. Seen a lot of cut breaks in the opening match and one rack of the second, and just don't think it's going to work as good.
Now you say that because you anticipate at least the ball being pocketed when down the middle, as opposed to potentially having a dry break like we did here.
Yeah, though, I mean, the wing ball should fly straight in the corner if you break straight down the middle. And
Sure.
I mean, obviously at this level, they're all good enough to hit them straight down the middle. And then we see another mistake from Copenhagen. So he's really struggling so far. I mean, that is a huge error.
It is, but like you mentioned earlier, it's an alternate break, right? So he still has his chance to get back in this. You know, sometimes a mistake like that can cost you 5 racks, but...
Yeah, that is a fair point. So the safety needs a cue ball to hold up. Oh, he's left a shot here, so it's another mistake.
Yeah. The way this match is starting, it's going to look like who makes the less errors. Let's see.
Yeah, this is going to give us a good look at where his game is really at now, because he's got to refocus. Oh, he's just caught that 6. Didn't want to. He was trying to squeeze round the back.
Didn't penalize him too much. Still got a shot on the 3. May not be as easy as he would have liked to, but still got an open rack here.
And it was this ball on the opposite side in the first rack, what he missed. Yeah, the angle was okay, wasn't it? Just to float down in the middle of the table.
Looks pretty good from here on out. 7 balls sitting nice on the side with the 8 ball right in front of it. Might just need to come back for the 9, and that's all she wrote.
Didn't quite get into the cue ball. He would like to have been a foot further down the table. Should still be okay, but you never know. We've seen a few balls missed in this pocket already.
Got close, but not that one.
It was a little wide though, so it's not convincing just yet. From the younger brother of the famous duo, the Cole brothers. And the Cole brothers will be at the next biggest major on the Matchroom pool calendar, the US Open 9-ball championships. One of the most historic pool tournaments we have. That's going to be from the 10th till the 15th of October at the Harrah's Resort in Atlantic City. If you want to be there, you want to come and watch, head over to matchroompool.com for more details. Tickets are for sale there as well. Nearly sold out on the finals day, so if you want to go there and watch the best pool players in the world and see who wins that prestigious trophy, head over to there and get your tickets. All 3 Cole brothers will be participating. Now we're seeing him play a cut break in his first break. What's he going to do now? stuck with it, but he hit
Yeah.
him a little bit better, didn't he?
Well, and he's got a good shot on the one.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why players may be a little bit stubborn and try and do the cut break, because you can see where that yellow one ball's finished up, and that's what they are playing. They're trying to get it over that corner pocket from wherever they break from.
Looks like he's got his extension using long stretch for the one ball here. Just plays it a little cautiously. Still nice shape for the three. Nothing, not try to get too perfect. Just want to get a good shot on the three, which he did.
Cue ball needs to slow down a little bit. It's going a little near the side. Ooh. Would have been a little worried.
Yeah.
When's he at a point when he's in that travelling over? Nice angle there, just floating down for this orange 5 ball.
Gives himself a little angle on the 6 to come back table for the 7. See 2 rails here for the 7.
It's looking a lot better now.
Yeah.
From his early shaky starts. Needs to come far enough down table here though. So often you can under-hit this ball and leave yourself a thin 8. Done a fine job there.
All right, there we go. 2-1.
That will settle him down as well, won't it? You can see he looks a little bit bewildered out there, thrown on the match table, but you know, this is a good opportunity for him to show the world that he's not just the younger brother of the Cole brothers.
He can hold himself, that's right. He can hold his own.
So this year's Asian 9 Ball Open is brought to you by the APF, that's the Asian Pool Federation. Started today, runs through till the 28th, that is when the finals will be. There's also going to be a ladies event running alongside, that starts on
Friday,
I believe.
Yeah,
We'll get more information on that.
Yeah. Should be a good one. 32 players, I believe.
32 lady players, yeah. And the final will be shown. So you'll be able to watch the final. And it's very interesting because I've done a lot of work all over Europe basically and America. I've seen a lot of players, but I'm looking forward to seeing some new talent, players that don't really travel, the likes of Anthony Raga from the Philippines. I've seen him play in the Philippines a couple of times, but he doesn't really travel to the big events overseas, but I know he's a very handy player, so hopefully this event brings some new young blood into the game of 9 ball, and I'm sure it will do.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like Mohammed got a little further than he wanted on that one ball. Actually, on the break, he was very fortunate that one ball didn't pocket. It just stayed up table, and now he's got a real thin cut on the 2 to come back table for the 3.
Wow.
A little too much, yeah.
I nearly said he needs to make sure he gets that bridge out the way, because the cue ball's going to bounce off quick, and he didn't. So that's a foul. Not something you see often.
No, not at all. You can tell he's a little bit upset with himself.
just trying to find the natural path of the cue ball, what offers guaranteed position on the 3. Didn't feel like that was the one, just because the gap between the 3 and the 9 was very small, but this particular time he's managed to find it. But one day that will catch you out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little straight on this, so is he trying to draw it below the 9?
Ooh.
Just come across the face of the 9.
This will be the test here, I think. Outside of this shot, he might be in the clear after this one.
Hit that at a nice pace. I know he's a little short, but because it was a little long, he's obviously thought, well, make sure you pop the ball.
Mm-hmm.
This table's definitely playing a little bit slower than what I'm used to seeing, though. That can just be basically down to how humid it is here, and we've seen that ball slide in, and
Yeah.
after a couple of days, that will stay up.
Well, I think that should do it. Pretty straight on shot here in the 9 ball. Gives him a 3-1 lead over Mohammed Bewi.
Yeah, and I think he'll just settle down into the match nicely now.
Yeah, he does look a lot more calm now than he did to start the match.
As we were saying, this is an event that's run by the APF, sanctioned by Matchroom Pool. And just a few of the ranking events coming up after this. If you head over to the Matchroom Pool website, you can have a look, but I'll just rattle some off for you. 9 Ball Open, PRP, that's in Spain, September 14th till the 19th. Then there's a European Tour in Slovenia, October the 1st till the 3rd. Then the Sandcastle 9 Ball Open in New Jersey, 6th till the 8th. And straight from there, it's the big one. Can Carlo Biardo defend his title? 10th till the 15th, US Open. And then a couple of weeks after that, another big event, International Open in Virginia, 30th of October through till the 5th of November. Then the Euro Tour in Treviso, 25th till the 27th. And then at the end of November, it's the big one. It will be the Mosconi Cup.
Yeah, those are some big tournaments coming up. And I like how Matchroom does it, where you've got the Jersey, you've got the Atlantic City and the Virginia all back to back. So you expect to see some of the players sticking around for multiple tournaments and really making their time in the U.S. and making sure they're taking advantage of the time playing in multiple tournaments.
Yeah, and also I think the fact that Matchroom have, you know, they've always had a few tournaments, but certainly this last year and this year and last year, obviously they're really trying to get involved and make something happen in the world of 9 ball. And just this event alone, the fact that Matchroom are sanctioning it, you know, that can be done moving forward if you're interested in hosting a ranking event in 2023. As Matchroom look to build the schedule, you can email pool@matchroom.com to get more information on that and how it would work. But things are certainly moving in the right direction. A little bit like this match for Copenhagen. Just hold the cue ball here. The 3 in the same pocket. Nicely done.
Like you said, things are going the right direction for him. I can see him really getting into rhythm now. His strokes coming together. He feels a lot more comfortable at the table than he did the first rack.
Yeah, it's all about table time because he's won a few racks and he's potted a few balls and he's extending the lead. You can just relax a little bit.
have bumped into the 8. Worked out fine, though.
Yeah, a couple of shots he's played so far in this match. Positional play. Been a little bit shocked by. Didn't need to do that there, but he got away with it this time.
Yeah.
And there it is. Simple 9 ball makes it 4-1. This is our second match on the TV table. If you missed our first match, Chang Yilong won 9-2 over Lian Chang. And if you want to check out all the other table scores and the bracket, you can head over to digitalpool.com. And you can follow all the live scores over there. Jeffrey DeLune is just starting his match. The well-known Filipino. He's playing Alvin Anguito.
That should be a good match. Jeffrey's been playing very good as of late.
The young Filipino who we were just talking about, Anthony Raga. He's also just starting out his match.
I got to see him warm up a little bit yesterday. He was shooting pretty strong, gotta say.
Yeah, he's a very tidy player. Hopefully we see him at some big overseas events coming up. I'm sure that will happen. Mohamed to break. He's up against it as he trails 4 racks to 1.
Wow. Well, he got a good break, but unfortunately not a good shot on the 2 ball. Looks like he'll probably be kicking at this.
Yeah, he's in a tricky spot. Playing the kick. Yeah, he's done well there. He was trying to use the 9 and the 7 as a blocker. And he'd be delighted with that outcome.
Yeah, very nice.
This is an easy jump shot. And you feel like he's got a good chance of a jump safe. If there's a gap to come off the left side rail. Oh, there is. You can get the cue ball through the gap, so this is stacked up in his favour to get a kick safe here. Needs it to slow down, that's going to be okay. Yeah, that's more than okay.
Yeah, if he chooses to go for this, he's really going to have to let it out to get back up table for the 3. Looks like he might. Nope, he went with a safe.
Smart plays. He's played a couple of safeties so far in this match where I think he's done a good job, and he would have had an idea the cue ball was running over towards that green 6 and holding it, so it was all about finding the right line. As is this another gap through the 9 and the 7, but from the other direction? It is.
Wow. This time the outcome's not as fortunate as last. Giving Mohammed a pretty good shot on the 2. Ready for the 3 after that. There it is.
Yeah, nicely done there. When you've not potted a ball for a while and you've got a long one where you've got to spear it in. This is the big shot coming up now. I mean, I'm not saying it's difficult, but you've still got to make sure you get that cue ball high enough up the table. You don't want to be leaving this too long.
Nicely done, it looks like.
Nicely done. Interesting shot though. Will he float it with left and come off 3 rails, or will he just go off 2 rails back over to the left? If you go off 2, sometimes the speed of the shot can catch you out.
Yeah, it looks like He went 2. Let's see if he ends up pushing the 9 or if he can get past it. Oh, he can get past it with a little inside. Yeah, no problem at all. Ooh.
That has come from nowhere. He's played a couple of shots in that rack where he's looked good, and then I'm not so sure why he was playing for the 9 in that corner. I thought he could have just pulled it back down a little bit with a bit of right spin, and it'd have been okay. Now, what a mistake this could be.
Agreed. That was a bit of a surprise. Wow. Got a little lucky that Coping doesn't have a great shot on the 8, but it's still makeable. And a very nice cut. Speed looks to be absolutely perfect. Great shot.
That is incredible. He's done well holding the cue ball. I thought the cue ball would have been flying around the table at speed.
Great shot.
Well, Mohammed Bewi must be feeling sick sat in his chair. What a chance that was. And at 4-2, you're well still in the match, but now 5-1 after that mistake. He's going to be sat in his chair, absolute devastated.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think he's telling us all he's thinking, what have I just done on that 8 ball?
How do you get over this, Carl? At this point, what do you tell yourself to really get over it mentally and say, time to move on, that rack's over? How do you get past it?
I think in pool, in a race to 9, let's say if you're 5-1 down, I think maybe sometimes you might get one more chance. I'm not saying it always happens, but this is just my experience when I've played and I've been in this position. Maybe this match will allow him one more chance to get back in the match. And when I say get back in it, I don't mean get back in it and he wins all the rest of the racks and wins this match from now, but certainly maybe to try and get back within 2 racks. Maybe
Sure.
1 rack at a push, and then he's just got to try and get some pressure back onto his opponent. But you can see there, Mohammed is still sat in his chair. He's in disbelief.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not quite shaking that miss off yet.
I think the big thing is he's got to sit in his chair. You're 5-1 down. You've made a mistake. There's nothing you can do now. He's done. He's gone. It's the past. Just sit yourself there and give yourself a little goal. Get your mind off that 8 ball. Get your mind away from the mistake. Try and set. If that was me and I was sat in the chair, I would snap your hand clean off for 8-8. If you said to me, fast forward 50 minutes and it's 8 all, I'd snap your hand off for that.
No kidding.
Yeah, so I think he's just got to try and set himself a target and think, right, if I can get this match to 8-8, 1 rack, sudden death shootout, you just never know.
Well,
he's been a bit fortunate there, but this is pool in a nutshell. Mohammed makes a shocker in the previous rack on the 8, and then the next shot he comes to is a missed pot from your opponent, and this is the shot you face with. This is not easy to hit.
no.
And it's not easy to get safe. I believe he's playing the swerve. He is, and that's not bad. At least he's making his opponent come with a shot now.
Yeah, it does make it a little bit harder for him, that's for sure. I think he might be having to jack up a little bit over the 5 ball. Makes his shot a little bit more difficult. I'll just go right around the 5. He did miss, but he missed good. I don't. Muhammad's thinking, what do I got to do to get a run here?
Just stop missing 8 balls over the pocket. Simple. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Kicking 2 rails, trying it at the bottom, but as we've seen over the years, Asian pool players very strong at kicking the ball, very good at hitting the correct side of that ball to create the distance, which is what he has done.
I think we're about 5 shots in. We're still shooting the 1 ball here. He's kicking at it. Okay.
Kicking 2 rails, kicking stick, trying to keep the cue ball up table, just like so.
Wow.
Wonderful shot again.
Beautiful.
Was never sure where the 1 ball was going to finish. We know that, but the main object there was to make sure you leave the cue ball up on the top end of the table. Leave distance. There's enough balls on the table where things can go in your favour.
Uh-oh. Well, the cue ball did not fall, but he did give Kopeng a pretty nice shot on the 1 ball.
I think this is what was worrying him about this positional shot. He knew if he overran it, the 9 ball would come into play, and
Yeah.
jacked up a little bit. Should still be okay. There you see he's got a nice angle, can just float up the centre of the table.
Probably want to come a little bit more than that, though, huh?
Yeah, I believe he's way off there, because the next ball is the purple 4 ball, so
And that 8's in a precarious position. I'm not sure if it's gonna, the cue ball is gonna get past it, or if it's gonna end up bumping into the 8. Oh, he's jacking up again. Watch outside. Okay. I think for the 3rd shot in a row, he might be having to jack up again to get shape on the 5.
yeah, when you're jacking up on this type of shot and you're trying to send the cue ball off this side rail to go back up above the left centre, these shots become missable.
Well, it wasn't me this time. You called it, Carl. It was an easy shot, that's for sure. It was not an easy shot.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to miss it by that much.
Fair.
But I wasn't shocked to see the miss. Maybe he could have floated it and just sent the cue ball over towards the brown 7. Maybe he didn't need to go up that end of the table, but that's what he decided. And this is the small chance Mohammed has been waiting for. He knows he's had chances in this match.
Nice little kiss. So do you want to call this 8-ball shot? Because this looks very similar to the last one he had.
Well, it's in the same pocket, isn't it?
It is.
He's probably thinking about it, but
Okay, I was holding my breath a little bit on that one. Glad to see him pocket that, and let's see him make this 9 ball and get back into the race. There it is.
yeah, there it is. But if you take away that missed 8 ball before, the match would actually be 4-3. So that just shows you what them mistakes can do in a scoreline. But he's still in this match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Copenhagen's not shown us a great deal in the sense of he's going to run away with this match. He's made mistakes.
Yeah, they both have, right? It's not a runaway on either side by any means. So I think if Mohammed could just hunker down and focus a little bit, he might find himself back in this race. And Muhammad gets the break. Looks like the 8-ball went in this corner. Got a clear shot on the 1. This is a chance. Muhammad's got a chance here to bring this a little bit closer.
Yeah, you can see the 1 ball's dressing up over near that corner. That's why the players are sticking to the cup break.
Oh.
Had to get the cue ball out of that corner for this shot. Red 3 ball does go past that 6, but he's going to need a good positional shot here. Also goes in the top pocket. This needs to run. This needs to run. And he's not quite got there. Obviously these balls are brand new. The cloth's brand new. I'm sure if you've heard me commentate before, you've heard me speak about this, but it's the slickness, the slide, the shine of the balls. The cue ball just doesn't take that natural path what pool players are used to, unless you're used to playing in these type of conditions. A little bit like this shot now. You think this is easy on a club table, it's easy to get back up for the 4 ball, but this is going to spin on itself. So let's just watch the cue ball here. He's going to have to play this really thin. If he hits it too thick, it could spin back on itself and not go all the way up table.
Ooh,
Oh, he's done well there.
Yeah, very nice shot. Come back 2 rails for the 5. Very nice. He's going to have to put a little bottom spin, come back here for the 7. There it is. No problem at all. Little drawback. Should be able to get shape on the 9 quite nicely in the corner pocket. Let's see how he does it.
Yeah, and he may play the 7 into the rail. That'll just keep the cue ball away from the rail.
Little more than he wanted on that ball.
Yeah, you still expect these players to pop these, but you just never know.
There it is. Okay. 6-2 in favor of Ko Ping Han. He does look a lot more calm and relaxed than he did to start the match. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, he played in this year's World Pool Championships, the World 9-Ball Championships. That was played kind of in the middle of the year. He actually finished 17th, so...
Oh, wow. Not bad with the amount of competition, the level of competition that was at that tournament. That's a nice outing.
Yeah, it's a decent run. The final 32 stage he got to out of 128.
It's not over yet, Mohammed. Don't worry. Not over yet.
Well, even the loser of this match is still not over. Double elimination.
Exactly.
Till the final 32. That gives everyone that little bit of an insurance policy, that 1 life. That is what happens in the game of pool. Double elimination formats. It's all about making it through to that last 32. Doesn't matter how you get there as long as your name is in the hat. Okay, watch the one ball. He's trying to tee it up over that top corner pocket where he's breaking. There you see it tracking.
Oh, look at that. Got a little help from the 3 ball, but that one is sitting real pretty in the corner. Very consistent break.
Yeah, now he's in range with that break. Sometimes you just need a couple of breaks to find your aiming point and just get the feel of it. Red 3 to the purple 4 is going to be the big shot in this rack. So here it comes. He's going to go forward with a cue ball, I believe.
Yeah, he gave himself a good angle for the 3. But like you said, there's a tight window between the 9 and 4.
Did he get past the 8?
I don't think he did. Don't think he did. No. So tricky, right? You want to either be above the 8 or below the 8. Just not right there.
Oh, he's hit this all wrong. He was trying to get the 4 in between the 8 and the 9, I believe.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe he wanted to leave the cue behind the 7, but just not enough on that ball to get there either. So, not sure what he was trying to do, to be honest there. Didn't turn out the way he wanted, that's for sure. Nonetheless, Muhammad at the table with a chance to finish this rack out and cut the lead down to 3.
Cue ball needs to slow down or hurry up. You don't want to be bridging over that 7, and he's not, so that's okay. Does he have a little bit of an angle here to get back out for the 7? Maybe has to go forward off 2 rails to come back out. Doesn't like that pocket, Mohammed. He's got issues with his pocket. That is a poor miss again.
Again. Well, I hope he can shake it off pretty soon, because, yeah, I know Mohammed's a stronger player than this, but everybody has these days. Just got to shake it off, and there's always another round. Okay.
Yeah, I just get the feeling that was probably Mohammed Bewi's last chance to stage a comeback. I think when you've made them kind of mistakes that we've seen now, you just feel it's highly unlikely from 7-2 down, which is what the scoreline is going to be now. He's not shown us anything where the comeback is going to come from. If it was going to happen, I think it would have happened.
It would have happened. I agree with
Already.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Copingham won't care though, will he? It's all about winning this opening match. It doesn't really matter how you win, to some degree. Yeah, he won't be happy with his performance. But it's all about the W. Just getting through to the next round.
Oh, Muhammad's still thinking about what he could have done differently. Gotta just shake it off and move on to the next rack, Muhammad. Your turn to break. Let's see what you can do.
Not an easy position to be in, you know. You've come to Singapore. It's your opening match. We'll have known it was a tough opening match as well, but to have had the chances he's had and not be anywhere near in this match is going to be disappointing. But he's got a good chance here.
Yeah, a nice little break and run would help lift the spirits, I'm sure. Get him motivated back into the next round. Let's see. Good start.
This is awkward though, just where that 2 ball's sat. If he's playing for the gap, well, he'll do well here. Tell you what, that's the best shot he's played in this match.
Wow. That is not a large gap between the 4 and the 9. I think he just got there. Sure did. Good shot.
Good news, bad news. Good news is he's managed to get himself to this position with a wonderful positional shot on that 2 ball. The bad news is he's going to be shooting the 8 ball in this pocket that he's missed 2 already, so he's got to get good on this 8.
Oh, God, I was wondering where you're going with the bad news, and I should have guessed it. All right, 3rd time's the charm.
Yeah, I'm happy for him there. I'm glad to see that one disappear.
There we go. Break and run's got to feel good. Hopefully lift the spirits a little bit, let him know he'll be just fine.
Yeah, it's alternate break though, so he will also know he's going to need some help from the pool gods. Because Copenhagen will be breaking, and his last few breaks have been very good indeed. Moscone Cup, November the 30th till December the 3rd. The biggest team event in the world of 9-ball pool.
You've mentioned some fun events, but I gotta say the Moscone event is a fun event to go to. I had the pleasure of going in London this past year, and wow, it was a ruckus of a time.
Yeah, it's wild, and I think this year promises to be one of the wildest. I think the fact that it's been in Europe the last couple of years due to COVID, and then obviously the fans was allowed back last year, and in 2019 I thought the American fans, they really brought it that year. Usually it's, I'm not saying it's quiet, but it's a lot quieter in USA when it is in Europe, but in 2019 it was absolutely madness in Vegas. So I think it's gonna be notched up or two, and there's still a few tickets available, limited seats though. I think they've opened it up. They've added another 250 seats, I believe, to the arena. Of course, matchroompool.com for details.
I'll say it again, get them while you can, because that was a fun event, and I will not miss another Moscone Cup after that event. And I gotta say, like you mentioned, I think the U.S. fans are gonna bring it this year, because over in Europe, the European fans were letting the Americans have it. That's for sure. And the way Americans went down, it was a tough one. So I know we're gonna want to come back strong this year.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be one of the best ones so far. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, same here.
And of course, 2 players have made their way into the team already. Joshua Filler, he's the first player for Team Europe, and of course SVB Shane Van Bonen, the first player for USA. And there'll be another 2 players from each team of the 9-ball world rankings, and they will be after the US Open. So after the US Open, we will know 3 players for either side.
Oh, beautiful shot on the 3 to get shape on the 4. Yeah, I'd like to see SVB have a strong performance this year. Last year may not have been his best, but we know he's one of the best players in the world, so I'd like to see him come back and really bring it for America. Maybe I'm a little biased here being American.
Maybe a little bit, but I'll see where you're going with that. You see, just leaving a nice little angle there on this 6. Just roll the cue ball down table with a 7 in the same pocket. This is always a nice feeling when you know you're about to get on the hill. This was always going to be the dilemma. If you end up losing a match by quite a margin, alternate break, the way this break is fairly easy on the players, it's going to be tough to come back. You're going to need a lot of help.
It is. I mean, the way he's breaking too, you don't really expect him to have, 2, 3 dry breaks from here on out. So to get back on the table, you really do need some help from the pool gods. It's just night and day difference from the way he is carrying himself now to the way he was in rack 1. He's just much more comfortable. I think he knows he's got it almost in the bag. Just needs to finish it and see it through.
Yeah, and I think obviously his opponent Mohammed has helped that as well. I think if he was playing a stronger player and he was getting put up under more pressure, maybe we might have seen a different Coping hand play. Still early days, obviously it's only day 1. It's the second feature match on our TV table. If you've missed the first match this morning, that was at 11 AM, Chang Yu Long, he won 9-2 over Li Han Chang. I'm going to be tested this week on these names, that's for sure.
I've lived here about 3 years and I'm still tested on the name, so you get a A+ in my book.
You could see there the way he's broke, just didn't quite hit the break hard enough, and the cue ball didn't bounce off that top rail, so that's why he's left with this, and he's playing a push, and I'm not really sure what kind of push this is, but that's what he's decided to do. The 2 balls up there, so he knows if he pots this one, well, it's very slim to get back down and back up for the 2.
Oh, so he gives it back.
Now he's 8-3 down. Is he going to play a little bit more wilder now? No, he's still playing the safety side of things, and you can see he hit the cue ball at the top, so the cue ball was spinning and staying near that top rail. And he was hoping that as long as he created a little bit of distance, it's not easy to get back on this 2 again.
See Coping Han jacked up again, but he seems okay with that. That jacked up bridge. Oh, I spoke a little too soon. Mohammed's got a shot on the 1, I believe, and should be to get up table for the 2. Let's see if he can finish this rack and make it a 4-8 race. A little too thin.
overspun the cue ball. That's what caused it to go a little wide on that bottom rail. And it's been a bit of a nightmare match for Mohammed.
Yeah, it has. He just hasn't been able to get rhythm on the table today.
That's gone wrong. Didn't play that how he wanted, didn't it? Just, I think the cue ball just died of pace. I think Mohammed is actually the better player of the two when it comes to the safety and the kicking, but I don't know, he just misses the odd crazy ball. I mean, he looks like he's going to clear the table and he plays some good shots, and out of nowhere he just puts a stinker in, doesn't it? This match would have been so different, and it wouldn't if he hadn't made them couple of mistakes, because if this ends up being 8-4, which is looking likely, I mean, he's probably made 3, maybe 4 mistakes, and the racks he's lost.
Yeah, it's true. The racks that he didn't have the unforced errors, like the missed on the 8 ball, that's cost him the rack. And like you said, that could be a much different match if this was if those 2 games were gone the other way. Much different match. And he's got the ability. He had a break and run with just a couple unforced errors. That's okay, Mohammed. Still got it. You can see him getting down on himself on every shot. There you go.
I like the pace of this table, though. It's not super quick and kind of fine the line, and the cue ball will get there. You've got to give it a little bit more. It's just holding up a lot. So he's still in there. He's still fighting chance. You never quite know. 8-4 alternate break. That is a tricky spot to be in.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be seeing Koping Yi, Koping Chung at some point on our feature table. Them two are the more well-known of the 3 brothers. That is in the world of 9-ball pool, of course, purely because we've seen them on our TV screens. Lucius Yap, the local boy.
Fan favorite here in Singapore.
Yeah, the fan favourite. Also good to see his playing partner at the World Cup of Pool, To Lian Han. He'll be playing as well. 50 years of age. What a run they had at the World Cup of Pool this year. It was great to see. Losing out to Spain in the end.
It was a fun match to watch. I mean, it was tough for me in the semis. I wasn't sure if I should root for the Americans or Singaporeans. I didn't know who to go for.
Who did you go for?
I'm gonna plead the 5th and keep my mouth shut on that one.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah.
I'll try and stitch you up. Don't worry about that.
I might not be allowed back in my own country.
Okay, what have we got here? Well, the one's over that corner again. So I think that break shot is going to prove to be the more favourable as this event unfolds. We are playing with a 3-point rule, not something... Maybe the first time I've actually ever commentated on it, 3-point rule.
Oh, is that right? Ooh. Almost got snookered behind the 8, but I think he's okay.
Yeah, the game of 9-ball, the rules never change when you start the game. It's always the same game, right? But you can often play different break rules, can't you? Different formats, and that's always been the big talking point, really. I don't know if that's ever going to change. I mean, I know Matchroom Pool will try and stick to one rule, and that is going to be the rule moving forward, because if not, it can get a little bit messy. I mean, it's not too messy because it's just a break shot. As I was saying, after the break, the game's the same. But the game of pool is played all over the world, and whichever country you go, wherever you find yourself, you might be in some local bar and someone's always going to spring a new rule on you, right? There's always something that I've never heard of.
It's true. It's true. I was just in Thailand a couple weeks ago and playing some rules I've never heard of before. So just depends on where you're at and who you're playing with.
That was a nice shot. He's done well there, because that was quite a big angle he had to deal with there, and he played it as softly as he could to hold shape.
Oh, that was a nice shot on the 5-2, just to hold it just enough for the 7. Now he just needs to put a little bit of bottom English, come up table for the 8 a little bit. Probably would have liked a little bit more down table, but perfectly fine, I believe. Well, this might be the second or third time I've done that today, and I think Mohammed will be happy with me that I did, because he had just missed that 8-ball shot, giving Mohammed another chance at the table. Wow.
Is there actually a pocket in that corner? Because we keep seeing the balls missed.
No kidding. It's something with the 8-ball and that pocket.
These are horrible shots. This view of the camera angle makes this shot look a lot easier, but when you're behind it, we have all missed these.
Absolutely. But not Mohammed today. Not there.
Maybe the fight back is on, because it will be Mohammed's break now, and now Copenhagen's going to have to go through the motions a little bit, because he knows he should be unscrewing the cues.
Yeah, what does that do to you mentally when you know the match is in your hand and you just didn't, you fell a little short in that shot? Are you able to just brush it off, or does it stick with you for a couple racks?
I think certain players brush it off better than others, but even if you don't, I think it all depends on what happens in the rest of this match now. What chance does he get faced with? Because is he going to get another easy table layout? But he's definitely going to be thinking, I should have won this match now. So even when he does get an easy table layout, will he be thinking, right, come on now, put this match to bed? Or does he go into like a little bit of a scary mode? But I think this is why you have the best players in the world, and then the players that are trying to get to be the best. So we're going to see a little bit of something now from
Exactly. You know, like we discussed in the beginning of today, we got one ball, looks like it's going. No, it's staying up table. Okay. Like we discussed, you know, it would have been interesting to see how he plays today, but I'm really interested to see how he comes back from a little adversity, right? How does he come back on this table? Is he a little gun shy, or is he aggressive? Well, we'll see if he gets even an attempt at this shot, at this rack, because this 1-2 is going to be a real challenge. Oof, yeah, it is. Well, safe to say he'll be getting a shot at the table. Not sure what kind of shot, but I think we will see Koping back at the table.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he was just trying to come down table or what he was attempting there, but he did it all wrong.
Wow. Oh.
That's okay though, Eddie, because, you know, you're not guaranteed to get a hook snooker from kicking 2 rails, so I think all you can ask for is don't leave it over the pocket, don't sell out, and he hasn't, so he's got to come with a shot now. He really has.
Yeah. After that 8-ball miss, I'd like to see him really come with this shot and put a good stroke on it.
I'm just wondering if he pots it in this bottom right corner, if the natural angle...
Push the 3?
not push the three, but hits just above the bottom left corner. If it does, he'll just roll forward.
He went defense.
Wow.
Look at that. And it's a heck of a defense it is. Wow.
Maybe that tells a story. I'm not saying that's the wrong shot or the right shot. I don't mean that. But maybe you just thought, the safety looks there. I fancy getting behind this ball. Why am I going for a bit of an iffy pot that I might miss? So, good decision.
Yeah, I myself tend to do that quite often when I'm not 100% comfortable about my offensive game today or that rack, what have you. I tend to start being more defensive than offensive. Like you said, not to say that's exactly what he was thinking, but perhaps.
Another fine example though there from Mohammed. You know, kicking two rails. When you're coming into that bottom short rail and the cue ball's very close to it, it's not easy to hit out of it and hit two rails, so he's done well there. Everything else was taken out of his hands. He just had to make sure he hit the two and don't give ball in hand.
It looks like he's actually going to try and pocket the two here. Good shape down table for the three. Oh, wow, he went for it and did not go. My first assumption was maybe hiding the cue ball behind the four, but when I saw him lining up for the three in the side, yeah, didn't go though. Didn't go.
Well, 8-6. I'm not, you know, he's got to run these balls out here, but 8-6 is, that's not as big as a gap as what you think. When you're on 6, your opponent's on 8, you feel like it's a mountain, but it isn't.
Yeah.
I used to think that, but since I've been commentating, I look at 8-6 like it's like hill to a degree, even though it's not hill, but so many matches just switch like that from 8-6. And I think even if you're at the table and you're running the balls out to make it hill from 8-6, it seems like a tough task. But when you just sat watching it and you're talking about it, that's kind of what I mean. It just, I know it's not easy, but it happens a lot.
And you're replaying balls in your mind. What you could have done differently. What should I have done here? Yeah, it's just that mountain gets bigger and bigger. Let's see if Muhammad can get us there to 8-6.
Well, the last two racks, Coping Hand should have won. This match should be over. And I just hope for Mohammed's sake he doesn't throw it away. You make this go come with something. Is he drawing this off the top rail and back out?
Three rails?
Two rails.
Two, yeah.
Looks like a bank shot coming up though. He's underhit this ball.
Defense. Wow. A good one too.
Yeah, I think what I'm seeing so far in the first two matches is that these players are a little bit more patient than European pool players and even American players. They just seem to maybe just play that extra safety shot rather than, I think many a pool player would have gone for the bank there.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know, the position on the 8 most likely would have been there if he would have pocketed the 7 in the side. So you're right. I think a lot of players would have said, hey, I'm down. I need to make this and move on to the next rack. Otherwise, there's no tomorrow. Right? But he had a much different approach here.
Well, he's jumping. I'm not sure where he's jumping. I don't know if he's trying to pot it.
Jump kick.
Is he going to leave it? The 8 ball's coming into play. That could have been a lot worse. I think he can cut this in. It's very thin.
Very thin. Any chance of scratch here? Not really. Oh, what defense again? Giving him the bank. Will he take it?
Well, again, you know, when you're watching, I think to myself, well, yeah, it's not the end of the world. He's playing a smart game here. He knows. He probably knows this match should be over.
I'm going to guess he doesn't take the bait and go for the bank. I think he plays the defense here himself. Wow. Right on the rail.
Well, we knew Mohammed wasn't going to go for something crazy. We knew the safety shot was going to come.
It's a bit of a cat and mouse game right now, huh? Who's going to mess up first? What a safety. Let's see. Ooh.
Yeah, I think he's got it now. I think he's done well. Smart shot. Maybe was trying to play the 7 a little higher on the rail, but it's understandable that it didn't quite make it.
This is the first time we've seen Mohammed bring the jump cue out.
And it may well be the last.
Let's see. I'm amazed at Koping's placement on some of these defenses, though. I'm wondering if he was maybe a cushion player at some point or another, because he seems to know the tables really well.
Fluked it.
Oh, he sure did.
This can happen, folks. This can happen. If you have a chance to close out any 9-ball pool match and you don't, you got to be prepared to sit there and get put through the motions. Can he pop this 8 and get on the 9? He's played it slow.
Whoa, it got the roll. Wow.
Well, it was all about the speed and the fact that this is a brand new cloth. That's what's helped him, and it is now 8-6 from 8-4 down. This match is well and truly on. It really is.
It's far from over.
And I think Kopinghan does right. He's getting himself out of there.
Yeah, smart
don't blame
timeout.
him one bit.
Yeah, it's a good time for a timeout.
You think you know Singapore? It's time to reimagine.
You think it's all skyscrapers?
Then what's this?
And this.
And this!
You think it is one island?
Then, what's this?
And this!
You think we're a city that never stops?
Then what's this?
And this.
Singapore, you think it's a country?
A city?
An island?
Think again. It's so much
So this match is 8-6. Copingham, well, he should have had his cues unscrewed. And he should be getting himself a nice coffee somewhere, but he's not. Now he's going through the motions, as we've just seen a kick shot. And that's okay.
Wow, nice leaf.
There's definitely no pot on. Just trying to leave some distance, and that, well, that is delightful. Getting the cue ball over near the 8, which was intended as well. Needs a little bit of luck here. At least he's got to come with a good shot here, doesn't he? I mean, it's not guaranteed to pot this and get on that 2. May even play safe again.
Left down table. Let's see. I wonder if he'll take a shot on this one, or no. I assume he's going to be playing defense again. He can't take any chances given the score at the moment.
Well, he didn't play the double kiss, that is for sure.
No.
He's looking at playing off the left edge of the 1 as we look, but the problem with that is that purple 4 ball looks like the cue ball's going to hit it, so that's what's stopping him play that shot. And now he was just looking to see if he can see enough of the 1 to bank it back up onto the top rail. Don't know if he could go off the right hand side rail, sorry, just above the purple 4, kick 2 rails, flick it, send the cue ball up. There is 3 options anyway. Yeah, that purple 4 always was there, wasn't it? He knew that, but he was stubborn.
Yeah, went for it anyway. Ended up giving Muhammad a good shot on the 1, looks like, on the side. I didn't even get to finish my sentence, and Muhammad's already shooting the ball. He's quick.
Anthony Raga, he's won his opening match 9-3 over Tanners and Boone. Just asking for the bridge there, can't quite reach this.
Do you think he'll move the bridge out of the way this time?
I hope so. Just draw the cue ball back. May still need the bridge, yeah he does.
Uh-oh, there we go. Thought the 8 ball might have gotten big, but nope, he's got good shape on the 5. Carl, we could see a 7-8 right here. 7-8 match. Oh my God. I did it again. I did it again.
You will learn, buddy. You will learn.
I did say we might see it, but Mohammed, my sincerest apologies here.
This was the thing with the comeback. You don't want to just hand it on a plate, and that's what he's done.
Yeah.
What a shame. What an ending we could have had there to this match.
It would have been nice to have seen an 8-8, but I do fully expect, and maybe I'm doing it once again, but I do fully expect this to be the final game of the match.
Wow. This is incredible. It completely dropped his shoulder.
Wow, Carl.
This is worrying. Oh my, he's had 3 glorious chances for the match.
I think I might just let you call the rest of this match, and I'll just be on mute for here on out. This is, wow. I never would have anticipated that shot as a miss. It was almost a pure stop shot, right? Well, it didn't seem like anything tricky to it. Just pocket the 7, got good shape on the 8, bring it back for the 9.
Well, 2 of the chances he has had in this match have been absolute sitters. Surely Mohamed Bewi's got a fancy winning this match now. He doesn't need to get too overly concerned about playing dead great safeties. Just keep it simple. Keep distance between the balls. Doesn't need to go crazy trying to lock the cue ball up, because this has been unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah. You know, what he's been doing to get back in it is pretty much the exact formula, right? With the player not shooting his best, play slow, play defense, play smart, and don't take any risks, right? And so he's doing that. It's allowing himself to get back in the match. And here we are, 7-8. He's back in the match. Which, when it was, 8-3, I think it was, I did not expect us to see it 7-8, but I'm happy it is, though. Let's see if we can get an 8-8 and have a hill match. The only thing is Mohamed does not have the break here. Oh, no, I'm mistaken. Mohamed does have the break. All right. Let's see if he can get this break and run and get back in this. He pocketed the 5 ball. He's got a good shot on the 1 unless the 4 ball can stay out of the way. It sure does. Oh, I'm not sure if the 4 ball got kicked in the way. Let's see from a different angle if the 4 ball's impeding the path of the 1 or if he's got a straight shot there. Either way, the 1 to the 2 is a little tricky. He's taking a good look at this one. And he's pushing.
Yeah, I think what he's going to do here is he's going to push the 8. Or maybe he tried to tie the 3 up.
Yeah.
It was never going to be easy though, because you'd have left the combo. But I think what he's done here is he's just put the cue ball in a position where he feels like he can kick better at it from there than where it was.
Sure.
I think his kicking's been okay as well, Mohamed. I think he's very astute in that department. I think he's stronger than Ko Ping Han.
Yeah, the 2 real kicks have been pretty spot on for Mohamed today, which is probably what we're going to see here again. Oh no, 1 rail.
No balls are safe though, are they? All the balls in there open, so he's got to get a good hit here. Oh, he has done. I think he has done. I think he's done well. He's done well indeed.
Very nice.
What a shot. Kicking at this 1 ball.
Oh, look at that. Wow. That was a nice kick. Well, you just complimented Mohammed's kicking ability. Let's see how he does on this one.
Yeah, at first glance, this looks awkward. Although he looks like he can go one rail with spin. Yeah, so it wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I don't think the 1-9 is quite there. Not enough to give it a chance when you're in a race this tight. I think you'll stick to what's been winning and play some defense here. Hide the cue right behind the 9. Beautiful.
Wants the one ball to slow down a little bit though. Closer it goes to a rail or the corner, makes it a bigger target. The fact that it's stopped there just makes the shot a whole lot more difficult. Can he spin round the 9 just before the middle, or is that too much? If he could tie something up, it might not be the end of the world, just because of the fact that this shot is so hard to hit the one, and even if he does hit the ball, how do you get safe?
You're thinking maybe just tie up the 8 and the 3 together and give him ball in hand?
Yeah, it's just obviously because that's not easy. It's
Oh,
so easy
wow.
to leave a combo.
Looks like he's going around the 8.
Never easy, was it? Now the
No.
problem is he's got ball in hand and all the balls are sat there, and just where they're sat now, you would think from once he gets past this 3 ball, so after the opening 2 shots, the balls, well, they look unmissable, to be honest.
Yeah, I think once he gets past the 3, like you said, the 1 or the 2 is a little tricky. The 9 ball's kind of in the way, but just above or below the 9, he'll be fine. Let's see how he gets there.
We thought this in the previous rack though, and then he missed that ball from nowhere, so we can't bank on this being guaranteed just yet.
Oof. He's got there. Not by much.
Yeah, only just.
Yeah. You reckon he's gonna go 2 rails to come out for the 3? I think he kind of has to, huh? No, he's going bottom English.
Maybe just going through the gap
Yeah.
on the left side of the 9. Well, this has been one of the most incredible things I've ever seen on a pool table, and I think that's just because it says Coping, so we're just so used to seeing that name perform at the highest level, and you know, we've built this young man up to be maybe one of the next big things, and it's just been nothing like what we used to see in the 2 brothers. Mohammed just needs to slow down a little bit. Don't play too quick here. Make sure you don't do anything crazy like this. Don't play it too hard. Just a soft little stun shot. Where's it going there?
It made that 6 ball much more difficult than he has to.
Yeah, now I think he's got to come all the way up. Find this gap in between the 8 and 9. And he's missed the 6.
Wow. And I've got to imagine we're going to see a defense here on after this. But yeah, I'm surprised that number 1 Coping is back at the table. But I was surprised even Mohammed was at the table, right? This is incredible. And not to discredit the brothers that you just mentioned and what we're used to seeing. I do want to say that everybody in this tournament is extremely high level and deserves to be at this level and at this tournament. You know, you had to qualify to be in here. So they're just having one of those games, you know, one of those matches. Let's see what defense Mohammed puts on this one. So I don't think he's going for it, do you?
Tough to say. It's tough to say. If there's no easy, natural safety shot on. Maybe you have to tap the table.
He went for it. Now he's going to be stuck with the 7 bank. He chose not to do the 7 bank in the last track, I believe it was. Will he do it here? And if he does, he's going to have to let the cue ball go a little bit to come around to get shape for the 8.
Yeah, if this bank is on, surely he's got to shoot it.
Let's do it, Mohammed. I think you've got to. Let's see it. Chooses a defense, and it's going to hurt him. It's going to hurt him dearly.
Oh my word. Some of the things we've seen in this match have been insane.
Absolutely.
How do you not shoot the bank there? The overhead made it look like it was a hanger.
Yeah, I thought so too. A little left, you're going to have a good shot in the 8, but he chose the defense. Do you want to predict the rest of this, or should we just not talk about what's going to happen here?
Well, even now with ball in hand, you can see he's under the gun.
He is, but okay. Step 1. A little thin, but I think he's okay.
So after a marathon match, it's this 9 ball to finally get over the line. And there it is. That match had it all. And then both players are laughing. They know, but it is Ko Ping Han who finally does it. As he shakes his head, he beats Mohammed Bewi 9 racks to 7. The young brother is through to the next round.
That match had everything, didn't it?